That is the diagnosis. What is the solution?
I need to suck the air out so I can pump the air back and fix it.
Suck the air. Good morning and welcome back to Hourless Life, where we're driving around the world. Today we are headed to San Jose, Costa Rica, where we're headed to TJM. We're going to have some stuff looked at on Dauntless because we've been really hard on this vehicle throughout all of Mexico and all of Central America down here to Costa Rica. We're going to have our awning replaced, which we lost in a tornado in Honduras, and we're going to have our suspension looked at. It's making a noise in the back. It hasn't lost its rake. It still sits level, but it's making a noise, and I want to have it taken a look at. So Rollo over at TJM is going to take a look at this. He's already got our awning. Let's get over there. All right, I'm not sure you're going to be able to hear the noise. Maybe you will. Maybe it'll be so loud that you can't miss it. When I go over a speed bump, you should be able to hear it. You hear that? And it just sounds like the springs are having to work extra hard. We're actually rated for more weight than we're carrying. I don't know what's going on. We're going to take a look at that. Try and see if I can get Rollo on the phone. This traffic's gotten pretty bad. Want to let him know I'm coming late.
Hello, Eric.
Hey, Rollo. How you doing, buddy?
Fine, and you?
Good, good. I just want to let you know I'm on my way, but traffic's really bad. It looks like I might not get there till after 9:30.
Oh, no problem. That's actually good because I'm going to drop off a car, get an alarm installed. No problem. I'll wait for you at 9:30, okay?
Yeah, when I left, it said I was going to get there at 8:45, and now it says 9:30, and it's getting longer. So
no worry. My commute it's normally 15 minutes, and it took 32 today.
All right, bud.
So don't worry about it. It happens.
Sounds good. I'll see you in a little bit. For those new to our channel, we've been traveling full-time for 9 years, since 2014, and we don't have to deal with rush hour traffic that much. I don't know how people do it. I used to do it all the time. I used to have rush hour both ways, but man, this is brutal. This reminds me of Austin, Texas rush hour traffic. Shout out to Austin. All right, so while we're in this rush hour traffic, I'll let you know, when we get to TJM, there's several things we're going to do. In the back of Dauntless, inside the rear coil springs, we have some airbags. Those airbags have a splitter that kind of goes from the back of Dauntless to the airbags where we fill them up. We believe that there's a leak in that line, and we're going to have that inspected. We don't think the airbags are bad, but they might be, so we're going to look at that. Second, the license plates on Dauntless are Texas plates, and we're down here in Costa Rica, so they're kind of a collector's item for little kids. Not saying I ever stole license plates from other places when I was a kid. We don't talk about that. But we don't want ours taken. That would be a logistical nightmare here overlanding through Central America. So we want to rivet those license plates onto Dauntless, and we're hoping that Rollo and his team can help us with that. In addition, the suspension, like I said, Dauntless doesn't have a rake. He sits really level and he rides great on the road. We have Dobinson springs in the back that are rated for more weight than we're actually carrying. But when we've been going over topes or speed bumps, there's a distinctive crunching or loud type of noise that's happening, and we need that taken a look at. So Rollo's going to take a look at that. And lastly, we're going to have our awning replaced, which we lost in a tornado in Honduras. If you missed that video, you can go back and check that one out. So that's what we're having done. We should be there in about 45 minutes. Google Maps keeps changing depending on traffic, but we'll let you know when we get there, and excited to meet Rollo and the team. Con mi esposa y mi hijo. Tengo un hijo de 5 años. Pero ahorita voy a un taller para ver unas cosas. TJM. We often get people who roll down their window and just want to talk to us. This guy just said, man, you've driven a long way. He must have seen our Texas plates. That's why we're getting him riveted on. But he was really cool. He's like, man, I hope you like our country. I was like, man, I love your country. Told him I'm going to TJM, and we're just about there.
Turn left onto Avenida 42A042. Then your destination will be on the left.
Hey, Rollo! This side, okay. Just arrived at Rollo's shop. This is TJM in Costa Rica, you guys.
Good morning.
There's Rollo, and we are looking forward to getting this work done. Rollo, you ready for us?
Yes, sir.
All right. So So this is our Alu-Cab awning that we lost in the tornado in Honduras. And Alu-Cab USA OK 4-wheel drive really hooked us up and sent this awning to replace it. Rollo got it imported from the United States. And that's going to be going on today. The fill for our airline is right here in the back of Dauntless, and it goes underneath the rig and it does a splitter to go to those two airbags in the coils. That one and that one there, but there's a leak somewhere. We're going to track that down.
Remove the straps because we need to put it back in the truck. And in order to get a hand on the screws on the head bolts, we need to open it a bit so we can wiggle our hands in it. So it's going up, but without the straps, so you know. Hey, I found your problem.
What do you got, Rollo?
Yeah, the spring went out of the seat like an inch backwards, and probably the line rubbed against the hole in the upper spring seat, and that's why it's leaking over there. We need to take the spring out and replace the line. The reason when a spring comes out of the seat, it's most likely because the shock is too long, so it flexes enough to let it go out of the seat, and it wiggles itself out of the nest, and it's just sitting to the side. That happens. It's not uncommon. And the strange noise you're hearing is the spring itself, the coil, is hitting the chassis, and that's that you're hearing because it's rubbing. I can see it. I can show you it's rubbing. So we need to take out the spring, replace the airline, and set it back at the nest so it doesn't happen again.
TJM has moved Dauntless onto their lift, and they're going to lift it up to go take a look.
Check this out. That's the air leak on the bag we're going to fix. That's one thing. And in the center of the coil back on it, you can see if you zoom out a bit, you come out, you can see where the coil spring is hitting the chassis. That's a hideous noise you've been getting. Stabilizers, the links. Remove here the mounting for the brake lines and ABS lines and the shocks in the rear. We're going to lower the car, we're going to drop the axle just a bit, enough to get the coils out, service the airlines, and then pull the coils back in. So we're not going to do any major disassembly. We're just going to do it fairly easy.
Hey, Dr. Rollo is in the house. Doc, what is the diagnosis? What do we got going on?
We have a leak here, the airbag itself. I think the line's not broken, but it's out. And this is where the spring is hitting the chassis. That's the noise you're getting.
That is the diagnosis. What is the solution?
I need to suck the air out so I can put the air back and fix it.
Suck the air.
It's not a broken line. It just got pulled out with the rubbing of the chassis. So I'm going to just fix it really quick.
All right. Doc, is it fixed? No leaks? No leaks, bro.
I'm sucking the air out because you need to suck the air out a bit so they can wiggle itself in all the way to put it back on the truck. That's it. There you go. Now you bump it back out. The spring was so out of the seat that you can see the isolator is marked. Because in the chassis there's a hole, like a funnel, where this sits and goes here. The funnel was actually sitting on this side. See how it ripped the isolator itself? And it was leaning on this side of the chassis. So we're gonna put this back in properly so it does, in hopes it doesn't happen again. I need to put the panhard back on, so the car's wiggle to the side, so we use a ratchet strap to bring it to center.
Off-Road Mechanics 101 by Dr. Rollo.
That's it.
There you go, making it happen. Taking a quick break for lunch. Yes, they have Burger King here in Costa Rica. Have a little snack and then get back to it.
I strapped it outside because it was inside this rail.
Uh-huh.
So now it's easier to leak detect if you have something happening. Because before, since it was in here, you cannot see if it's leaking. Now, if you want to see, just take water and soap.
Right.
And it's already pressurized. It's already full of air, filled with air.
Right.
So now we're just leak testing it right now. So
Okay.
it's outside now like that.
Right.
So you can see it without having to take it out of this.
That makes sense. My Costa Rican boys showed up. Jorge Mena and Christopher from Expedición Costa Rica. What's your guys' Instagrams? Hit me with them.
El mío, Christopher Branes, o si no, Expedición Costa Rica.
All right, we're going to put that down there. Jorge.
Yeah, mine is JMENA19.
All right, these are overlanders here in Costa Rica, you guys. I'm gonna go outside and show you their rigs here in just a second. We're still working on the awning. We're gonna see how this goes. You guys wait till you see their rigs. Look at this beauty. Overland X-Terrain. That is a sweet rig. And then right behind it is Rollo, Dr. Rollo's rig. A Nissan Patrol, fully decked out. And because these are so cool, Jorge had to take it to the next level. Look at this. Look at this Land Rover, you guys. Jorge is part of the Land Rover groups down here in Costa Rica. Look at this beauty. All right, so the awning's up now, and what Rollo's doing is he's taking masking tape and he's putting it up where we're going to put some, basically contact cement. Because on this bar, we're gonna put Velcro for our rain gutter. So he's masking off the area so as he puts the contact cement on, this rain gutter will be able to go up. And the way this works is Velcro is actually placed right up here, and then this is turned up like this and attaches to it, providing a gutter over the doorway. All right, we got the Velcro glued on up here. Just letting it set. All right, we are almost wrapped up. We are waiting on the glue to finish drying on the Velcro. Meanwhile, Jose is drilling holes in the license plate. It's a theft item. And so, because it's a Texas plate outside of the United States, it's kind of a collector's item. So people like to get their hands on them. So we're just kind of reinforcing their attachment to the vehicle. All right, so we're doing a test drive now. Rollo's in here with me. You can't see him because he's off screen, but he's here. Straight?
All the way to the end.
All right.
There's a small bump stop right after the bump.
Yep. All right, the moment of truth is here. You are the man!
Thank you.
Let's go, Dr. Rollo! All right, so Brittany's going to be happy about this, you guys. I'm telling you right now. Here's the recap of what we had done to Dauntless. First, the airbags weren't bad. We had a leak in the connection from the line to the bag itself, and Rollo fixed that and moved the T connection to where the airline splits to a more visible place so we can troubleshoot it in the future. Second, the license plates, well, we didn't rivet those. Instead, what we did was we used hex nuts and filled the ends of those hex nut heads with silicone so that you can't get a tool in there without taking the time to remove the silicone, which makes it a little more theft proof. And third, the big thing was the suspension. The driver's side rear coil had unseated itself from a full articulation we had done in the rear, and we basically reseated that, and now it's not rubbing against the chassis. Problem solved. And lastly, our Alu-Cab awning was replaced with a brand new one. I'm really excited because it's rainy season here. The Velcro was re-glued to the rear, and now we can attach our rain gutter. Overall, I'm extremely happy with how things went at Rollo's shop. Couldn't recommend TJM highly enough to you guys. It's actually been a fairly quick day, and we're pretty much done, so that's it. You guys, if you like this type of content, hit that subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you get notified whenever we put up a new video. And if you want to go behind the scenes with us on this global tour, please do so. Join us on our Patreon. We talk about stuff on Patreon that never makes it anywhere else on social media. It's our private, intimate core group, and we would love to have you. And so that's it from us for now. We will see you in the next video.